Did you know that the fruits you eat every day could be quietly making your legs weaker and your muscles more fragile? It's true. Many older adults believe that fruit is always healthy, but after age 60, the body changes. Our metabolism slows. Our muscle mass naturally declines, and certain fruits that once gave us energy can now raise blood sugar, trigger inflammation, and quietly drain strength from our legs and joints. The result? You may feel tired after walking just a few steps. Getting up from a chair becomes harder. Climbing stairs feels like lifting bricks. And often we blame old age when the real culprit might be sitting right there on your plate. But here's the good news. Just as some fruits break us down, others build us up, feeding the muscles, calming inflammation, and protecting strength you thought was gone for good. In this guide, you'll discover 3 fruits you must avoid and 3 powerful ones you should start eating today, backed by medical insight and real patient stories. If staying strong, steady, and independent matters to you, you won't want to miss this. Let's begin. Your legs will thank you. The answer might surprise you, and it could change how you eat for the rest of your life. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Part 1. 3 fruits you should never touch, especially after 60. 1. Bananas. The sweet trap for weak legs. Did you know that something as innocent as a banana, a fruit many of us grew up with, packed lovingly in school lunches or sliced into morning cereal, could silently be contributing to your muscle weakness and leg fatigue as you age? This may be hard to believe, but for seniors over 60, bananas can be a hidden danger when it comes to maintaining muscle strength, blood sugar stability, and energy throughout the day. Let me explain. Bananas are naturally high in fructose, fruit sugar, with an average banana containing over 14 grams of sugar and very little fiber or protein to balance it out. That means when you eat a banana, especially on its own, it rapidly raises your blood glucose levels. And for seniors, whose metabolism is often slower and more sensitive to sugar spikes, this sudden rush followed by a crash can be devastating over time. What does that look like in real life? One of my patients, Mr. Harold T., 74 years old from Ohio, came to me complaining of constant tired legs and morning fatigue. He prided himself on eating healthy, and he told me every day started with a banana, sometimes 2. When we reviewed his blood work, we found unstable glucose levels, early signs of insulin resistance, and markers of chronic inflammation. Once we removed the daily bananas and replaced them with a lower sugar, higher fiber fruit, his energy improved, his gait steadied, his mood even lifted, all within a matter of weeks. It's not just the sugar. As we age, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. Foods that spike insulin repeatedly contribute to this decline by increasing inflammatory cytokines in the body, which accelerate muscle breakdown and make it harder for our muscles to recover after walking, climbing stairs, or even getting out of bed. Bananas also lack essential amino acids, healthy fats, and fiber, key nutrients older adults need to keep their leg muscles strong and blood flow stable. The price we pay? If you continue to eat high-sugar fruits like bananas daily, especially without pairing them with a protein or healthy fat, the cost can be profound. Weaker legs that tire more quickly. Worsened balance and higher fall risk. Poor blood sugar control, increasing risk of type 2 diabetes. Chronic inflammation affecting joints, memory, and even heart health. For many older Americans, The comfort of routine often outweighs the discomfort of change, but sometimes the food that feels familiar is the very thing holding you back from the life you deserve, one filled with energy, independence, and mobility. So the next time you reach for a banana, ask yourself, is this helping me stay strong or slowly wearing me down? But if bananas are a hidden trap, what about the fruits that come in shiny, colorful packages but are secretly soaked in sugar? Wait until you hear about the next one. It's sitting in almost every senior pantry in America, and it's quietly doing more damage than anyone realizes. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number one below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number two. Two, canned fruit in syrup, a sweet illusion. There's something about a bowl of canned fruit that feels comforting, like a warm memory from childhood. For many older Americans, those soft, syrup soaked peaches or cherries bring back the familiar taste of simpler times. But beneath that golden glow lies a quiet danger, one that could be steadily weakening your muscles, joints, and overall strength every single day. You see, canned fruits and syrup are not just fruit, they're sugar bombs in disguise. Most commercial canned fruits are packed in heavy or light syrup, which is almost always made from high fructose corn syrup or refined sugars. A single serving can contain upwards of 25-30 grams of added sugar, more than what's in a slice of cake. And when you're over 60, your body doesn't handle that kind of sugar load the way it used to. As we age, our insulin sensitivity decreases, meaning our cells don't process sugar as efficiently. The result? Elevated blood glucose levels, increased inflammation, and over time, damage to the very muscles that keep us upright and moving. One of my patients, Mrs. Lorraine M., age 69 from Arizona, came to me struggling with constant leg cramps and stiffness in her knees. She was active and relatively healthy, but her diet included canned fruit every night with dinner. It helps me digest, she said, but her fasting glucose was high and her C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation, was off the charts. Once we removed the syrupy fruits and replaced them with fresh alternatives, her stiffness reduced and her energy returned within a month. The impact of these sugary fruits goes beyond muscles. High levels of sugar in the bloodstream weaken collagen, which supports your joints and ligaments. Increase fat deposits in muscles, reducing mobility and strength. Trigger chronic inflammation, which accelerates aging across all systems, brain, heart, and bones included. Here's the real cost. The longer you eat canned fruit and syrup, the more your body loses its ability to repair itself after movement. That means every walk becomes harder. Every step feels heavier. The risk of falling goes up, and your sense of independence quietly fades. This isn't about giving up sweets. It's about protecting your ability to walk, to move freely, to stay in your own home without depending on others. So next time you open that can of fruit and hear the metal lid pop, stop and think, is this comfort worth what it's doing to my body? And if you think this is the worst offender, wait until you discover the tiny fruit that seems harmless, but may be the sneakiest muscle saboteur of them all. 3. Grapes, small but dangerous in excess. They're easy to snack on. They taste light, juicy, and fresh, and they seem harmless. After all, they're just fruit, right? But for older adults, grapes can quietly become a daily threat to your strength, your stability, and even your independence. Grapes, especially the seedless kind commonly sold in supermarkets, contain a surprisingly high amount of natural sugars, about 23 grams per cup, and almost no fiber or protein to slow that sugar down. This makes them what doctors call a high glycemic fruit, meaning they raise your blood sugar quickly and sharply, then leave it crashing soon after. Why is this dangerous after age 60? As we get older, our ability to regulate blood sugar declines, our pancreas produces less insulin, and our cells respond to it more slowly. When we eat high-sugar fruits like grapes, it sets off a spike crash pattern that leads to sudden fatigue, especially in the legs, muscle breakdown from chronic blood sugar imbalances, increased fat storage, especially around the abdomen and hips, areas that are vital for balance and core strength, silent inflammation that damages both nerves and muscle fibers. I recall a patient of mine, Mr. James D., age 72, from Michigan. He came to me complaining that his legs felt rubbery by mid-afternoon. He walked every day, stayed moderately active, but couldn't understand why his legs felt weaker and more unsteady as the weeks went on. When we reviewed his diet, one detail stood out. He kept a bowl of grapes by his recliner and grazed on them throughout the day. Sometimes he'd eat 2 to 3 cups without thinking. When I explained what those small fruits were doing to his blood sugar and muscle recovery, he was shocked. I thought they were the healthiest snack I could eat, he told me. We replaced the grapes with a mix of berries and nuts, and within 2 weeks, his legs felt stronger, and his afternoon slumps were gone. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. The price you pay for too many grapes? You may be sabotaging your muscle strength with every snack, slowing your recovery after even short walks, increasing your risk of falls and joint pain even if you exercise regularly. And the most dangerous part? You often don't feel it happening until it's already taken something from you. This is how many older adults lose their freedom of movement, not in one dramatic moment, but through small choices made every day. Now that you know the truth about grapes, bananas, and canned fruit, you might be wondering, so, what fruits can I eat that truly help me stay strong and steady, especially after 60? The answer lies ahead, and one of them might surprise you. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. Part 2. 3 fruits you must eat for muscle and leg strength. 1. Avocado, the muscle guardian. Avocados aren't just trendy, they're transformative, especially for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. This soft, creamy fruit isn't sweet, doesn't come in flashy colors, and won't win any awards for being fun. But it might just be the most powerful ally your muscles and legs have as you age. You see, as we grow older, one of the biggest battles we fight is not just against pain or fatigue, but against muscle loss, known medically as sarcopenia. It begins quietly. You may notice it when getting out of a chair takes more effort than it used to, or when your legs feel tired halfway through a walk that used to be easy. Most people blame this on aging itself, but that's only part of the story. What we feed our body determines whether that decline speeds up or slows down. That's where avocados come in. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which has been shown to lower inflammation, support cellular repair, and help preserve lean muscle mass. For older adults, these healthy fats serve as a kind of internal balm, coating sore joints, feeding exhausted muscles, and helping the body recover faster after movement. Even more importantly, avocados are packed with magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals many seniors are unknowingly deficient in. Both are essential for muscle contraction, nerve function, and electrolyte balance, which is why a daily serving of avocado can noticeably improve leg strength, stability, and even help prevent nighttime leg cramps. Let me share a real story. One of my patients, Ms. Dorothy L., age 77 from North Carolina, was deeply discouraged. She had been active her whole life, but over the past year, her legs had grown weak, her balance had declined, and she had already experienced one fall in the shower. During our consultation, I learned she had drastically reduced her fat intake, thinking it would help her cholesterol. She hadn't touched an avocado in years. I encouraged her to reintroduce them, just half an avocado every other day. Within weeks, Dorothy called to tell me her legs felt less rubbery, her energy had improved, and she felt steadier while walking down the steps to get her mail. Her cholesterol? Still perfectly fine. The truth is, we need smart fats to stay strong, not avoid them. The price of neglecting these healing nutrients is one many older adults know too well. Weaker legs, slower recovery, less confidence walking in public, and the creeping fear of dependency. But when you nourish your body with the right kind of fuel, like avocados, you give yourself the gift of movement, strength, and freedom. Now, if avocados are the muscle guardian, what's the fruit that protects not just your body, but your mind and balance too? The next fruit on our list is as small as it is mighty, and its power lies in what it does for your memory, coordination, and long term strength. 2. Canned fruit in syrup, a sweet illusion. There's something nostalgic about a small bowl of canned fruit. Maybe it reminds you of family dinners from the 60s, a hospital tray after surgery, or that little cup that came with your sandwich at the diner. It looks harmless: peaches, pears, cherries, all floating in a golden syrup that seems soft and comforting. But behind that sweetness is a hidden danger that most seniors don't realize until it's too late. That syrup? It's not just sugar, it's often high fructose corn syrup, a highly processed sweetener that's been scientifically linked to increased inflammation, muscle degradation, insulin resistance, and even cognitive decline in older adults. One small serving of canned fruit can contain up to 25 grams of added sugar. That's more than you'll find in a candy bar. It's even more deceptive because it feels healthy. You're eating fruit after all, but the structure of the fruit is broken down during the canning process. The heating removes most of the fiber, and the sugary syrup overwhelms the natural vitamins. What you're left with is a sugary stew that spikes your blood sugar, places strain on your pancreas, and fuels silent inflammation that chips away at your strength day after day. I remember a woman I worked with, Mrs. Eileen D., age 78, from North Carolina. She lived alone, cooked simple meals, and prided herself on having a little fruit with her lunch every day. But when she started noticing swelling in her legs, slower walking, and even occasional numbness in her feet, she came to see me. After reviewing her habits, we discovered that she'd been eating canned peaches and syrup daily, thinking she was doing the right thing. Her blood work showed elevated blood sugar levels, high C reactive protein, a marker of systemic inflammation, and early signs of peripheral neuropathy, a condition where nerves in the legs begin to fail due to blood sugar instability and inflammation. It was heartbreaking, not just because of her symptoms, but because she thought she was caring for herself with healthy fruit. We made one simple change: no more canned fruit and syrup. We replaced it with small servings of fresh berries, unsweetened applesauce, and hydrating fruits like cucumber and melon. Within months, her energy returned. The swelling reduced. She even started walking a half mile a day again, something she hadn't done in years. That's the price you pay for not knowing the truth. Loss of mobility, higher risk of type 2 diabetes, nerve damage and foot pain, increased inflammation throughout the body, and most frightening, a slow, steady decline in independence. So many older Americans trust what they've eaten for decades, but food labels and processing have changed drastically since the 1970s. What used to be a treat is now a health hazard, and no one tells you that until your body starts giving you warnings: aches, stiffness, swelling, fatigue. If you've got canned fruit in your pantry, I urge you, read the label. If it says in syrup, even light syrup, toss it. Your legs, your heart, and your brain deserve better than sugar soaked fruit pretending to be healthy. And yet, if canned fruit is the quiet destroyer in disguise, wait until you hear about the next fruit. It's small, sweet, and found in nearly every fridge across America, but it could be sabotaging your legs in ways you'd never expect. 3. Papaya, the hidden healer for aging muscles. When we think of healing foods, papaya rarely tops the list. It's quiet, tropical, and often overlooked in favor of more popular fruits. But for those of us over 60 who feel the strain in our legs, the stiffness in our joints, or the weight of slowing digestion, papaya may be one of nature's most underrated gifts. This soft orange fruit is more than just refreshing. It's packed with compounds that work gently yet powerfully inside the aging body. Papaya contains a special enzyme called papain, which aids digestion, breaks down proteins, and supports your body in absorbing essential nutrients, especially the amino acids and minerals that help rebuild muscle tissue and reduce post-exercise soreness. And this matters because after age 60, your body's ability to digest and absorb nutrients often declines, meaning even a healthy meal may not give you all the strength you expect from it. Papaya also delivers a heavy dose of vitamin C, which plays a crucial role in collagen production, the very building block of your joints, tendons, and ligaments. Without enough collagen, your legs become more prone to pain, your knees feel unstable, and your recovery after movement slows to a crawl. And what truly sets papaya apart is its anti-inflammatory power. Chronic inflammation is one of the most damaging conditions for older adults. It eats away at your muscles silently, increases fatigue, and deepens joint stiffness. Papaya's antioxidants, including beta-carotene and flavonoids, help reduce that inflammation, allowing your body to finally heal instead of hurt. I'll never forget Mrs. Eileen J., a 73-year-old retired teacher from Oregon. She had lived with chronic knee swelling for years, and her doctors kept prescribing stronger medications. She avoided long walks and felt embarrassed when she needed help stepping up curbs. During one of our conversations, I asked about her digestion, and she admitted she often felt bloated and heavy after meals. We added a few slices of ripe papaya to her breakfast 3 times a week, nothing drastic. After 2 months, her swelling had eased significantly, her knees felt more flexible, and her body processed food more efficiently. "I never thought a fruit could do what medicine couldn't," she said with tears in her eyes. That's the quiet miracle of food that heals. The cost of ignoring fruits like papaya? You risk staying stuck in a cycle of pain, poor digestion, weak recovery, and the emotional toll of feeling like your body is betraying you, when all it really needs is the right kind of help. So the next time you pass by the papaya section at your grocery store, don't walk by. Pick one up, slice it, savor it, because that humble fruit may be the missing piece in your journey towards strength and movement you can count on. And now that you know the 3 fruits that build you up, you may be wondering, how do we bring them together in a daily routine? What does a real-life, senior-friendly day of eating for strength actually look like? Let's bring it all home. Small fruits, big strength. Your path to a stronger tomorrow starts today. By now, you've seen how something as simple as your daily fruit choices can shape your future, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. This isn't about trends. It's not about jumping on the latest superfood bandwagon or following fads that come and go. This is about real food that helps real people, people like you and me, stay strong, mobile, and independent through the most precious years of life. Every fruit you put on your plate has a message for your body. Some say, let's build strength, protect your joints, and restore balance. Others whisper, I'm sweet, but I'll slowly wear you down. The wisdom is in knowing which is which and having the courage to choose wisely. You now know the three fruits to avoid: bananas, which spike sugar and trigger fatigue; canned fruits and syrup, which promote inflammation and rob you of strength; grapes, which seem harmless but chip away at your energy when eaten too freely. And more importantly, you know the three fruits that will nourish and rebuild you: avocados, the muscle protector; blueberries, the memory and movement booster; papaya, the gentle healer that calms pain and fuels recovery. These aren't just nutritional facts, they're life decisions. And the impact of choosing the right fruits will show up not just in your labs, but in your daily life. The strength to stand up without using your arms, the confidence to walk to the mailbox without fear, the joy of playing with your grandchildren without needing to sit down after 5 minutes. If you've ever felt like your body was slipping away, this is your invitation to take some of it back. Not through radical diets, not through strict restrictions, but through a few intentional choices, day by day, bite by bite, because your strength isn't gone. It's waiting to be rebuilt. And now that you know where to begin, the next step is simple. Bring these healing fruits into your kitchen, your habits, and your heart. And if you're wondering how to turn these fruits into easy, delicious meals that fit your daily routine, don't worry. What comes next will walk you through it. Because eating for strength shouldn't be complicated. It should feel like a gift. Stay with me. We're just getting started. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.